This is how I define this. Buy impulse means that there's an imbalance between the buyers and sellers. So if we break 187.45, this is going to be a buy impulse because the buyers and sellers, which were in equilibrium right here between 181.95 and 187.45, that equilibrium has been broken in favor of the buyers. Does it mean that you need to buy? You never need to buy, but if you want to buy, you have a little bit more chance for the stock to make a little bit of a move. Let's try to find some buying opportunities in the stock market. Tesla is up $4.69, 2.55%, closed at 188.71. Post market, we seem to be up by $5. So we might be having some actions very soon. So let's look at what we have here on the chart. So we are still into our congestion zone between 180.38 and 194.35. If we break 194.35 on the daily chart with a stochastic above 60, then this is going to be a buy. So far, we have been waiting for that. If we have a break of 180.38, then it means that the sellers are taking control, and this is going to be a sell. In between, well, we are just going sideways and nothing is really happening. On the 1 hour chart, we are going to get a buy signal, a buy impulse. It does not mean that you need to buy. This is how I define this. Buy impulse means that there's an imbalance between the buyers and sellers. So if we break 187.45, this is going to be a buy impulse because the buyers and sellers, which were in equilibrium right here between 181.95 and 187.45, that equilibrium has been broken in favor of the buyers. Does it mean that you need to buy? You never need to buy, but if you want to buy, you have a little bit more chance for the stock to make a little bit of a move. But just like we had last week on February 7th, we had a buy impulse right here and then yielded a few bucks right here. And then the stock came down yesterday. And now we are going to revisit eventually. We still need stochastic over 60. It's always better to wait for stochastic over 60 to confirm the buy impulse. So it's always better. So right now, we might be having the buy impulse tomorrow. If the post market is going to stay the same tomorrow, we should be able to have stochastic over 60, and then you can take a little bit of a swing. It could also go higher than 194.35. That would be the best case scenario. Let's take a look at the VIX. VIX was super high yesterday because of the CPI and everything. There was a lot of fear. Now the fear is receding a little bit. Not everything is gone. We are still in this bullish channel. So the trend is still up for the VIX, which is not really good for the stock market. 10-year bonds a bit under 4.3. US dollar caving in a little bit also. Let's take a look at our stock indices to see how they fared after yesterday. So Dow Jones is continuing into its bullish channel. So the trend is still bullish for Dow Jones. S&P 500, we are recuperating a little bit of what we lost yesterday. But this one is a big bullish trend overall, but we are getting close to the resistance right here. We could be seeing some problems ahead a little bit. NASDAQ is into a bullish trend. This is a nice time to enter right now because we are just back above 17,680 for NASDAQ 100. So this is a nice milestone that we just broke back above after what happened yesterday. Let's take a look at our EV stocks. So BYD is maintaining itself well above 178.72. It's not the time to buy yet. I would wait for 192.19, this line right here, and I would wait for stochastic over 60. Rivian, it's not the time to buy either. We are close to 15.17. This is a low, but it does not mean yet that it is going to go higher. I would wait for 17.64 right here, this line right here, to buy back into it. Or if I want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can always switch to the 1 hour chart, look for a stochastic over 60, and also look for a break of horizontal resistance. This would be that one right here, because you see how we have been trying to break it and we cannot close above it. We did here. So, this was a buy impulse right here of a swing. Right now, we are having a hard time, except for the first hour of the day. And now we want to get back above it, but we don't have stochastic over 60 this time. So, I would also wait for stochastic over 60. Things are pretty simple. We need a break of horizontal resistance, congestion zone, blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing. And stochastic over 60, and we should not be into a descending channel. That's what we need in order to buy. Xpeng, okay, Xpeng is moving higher right here. This is a congestion zone. We broke above. That's one sign. We don't have stochastic over 60, so this is not yet ripe. Of course, you can buy at any point if you want to, but I'm telling you what makes a little bit more sense in terms of risk. And in this case, we are into a downward resistance, a downward channel like this. So even if we have a buy impulse with stochastic and everything, then we could be, it could be very, very short-lived. This is why I call it a buy impulse, because I don't necessarily advocate everybody to buy that. NEO, going sideways, we have some resistance at $6, and we don't have stochastic over 60 yet. Let's look at our Magnificent 7. So Apple is stopping on support. Not a time to buy yet. Of course, you have some people that buy on support. You can buy on support, but I prefer to wait for a bounce off of support. If we would break this one right here at 187, then okay, then it would mean that this is going someplace. But so far, who knows if this will continue going down. Amazon going sideways into its congestion zone, nothing to do. Google, the same thing, this is going higher and higher, but before 151.88, I would wait for that. Meta going sideways again, so this is just noise. Microsoft going sideways, this is just noise. NVIDIA recovering pretty good from yesterday, but we are into a congestion zone between 707 58 and 746.34. This is just a congestion zone. It's nice that it's maintaining itself, but this is not a buy signal. The buy signal was when we broke 628 and also when we broke 505. So these were the buy signal or buy impulses, but right now we don't see one. ARM, we are up 5%. Post-market, we seem to be a little bit lower. This one is easier to see on the 1-hour chart. Look at this. This is pretty clear. We have a congestion zone right here, and we broke it. Yesterday was a fluke, basically, and now we are back above it. So, okay, you can buy right now, but we don't see anything that is telling us that it wants to continue. We don't have stochastic over 60. Stochastic took into consideration all this big move right here, this big move down. So this is why it's not indicating 60, because it's considering the last 21 days. And, compared to the last 21 days, this is not looking like it wants to go higher yet, because it just has come down. It's pretty clear. Palantir, a nice recovery. This is into a congestion zone, so this can legitimately move between 23.28 and 25.62, and we would not have anything to write home to mom about. AMD still into its bullish channel. We were going sideways right here, and we are still sideways, and we are at the same time into this bullish channel. This one is more complex because we have several patterns at the same time. We have this bullish pattern right here. We have this horizontal pattern right here. So we have the two patterns that are active at the same time. And to be really sure that it wants to go somewhere, we need a break of 185 right here. Break of 185, you can get back in if you are not already into it. Physical gold losing 1541. So, this one is a sell. Silver just going sideways, but, the overall trend is not very good. We are going down. Bitcoin continuing, the same thing. The congestion zone break was right here. We had over 60. This was the 44.955. Ripple, we are going to test very soon this channel resistance. Are we going to break it or not? I would wait for this one. We need to break a downward resistance. We need to break a horizontal resistance. We need to have stochastic over 60 before buying. So we need a break of 54.8 for that. And new battery material, we had a nice move up for the past 2 days. Then this has been going down. We have this candle that's looking not too bad. Yes, it's below support. So all of these green lines should be turned red. So please, TradingView, make this automatic. But we have a long wick at the bottom. So the price came down during the day, but was pushed back up. So this is usually better news when a stock has been pushed back up towards the end of the day. The Vermont Graphite holding pretty well at 208. This one, I would wait for 227 right here to buy it, unless you are very aggressive. A very aggressive move would be a break of 207, but a real break, not 2.08. This is not big enough. Something a little bit better than that. So not everything is lost for Tesla. We are going sideways. So we are going to need something happening in the news to get this going, because everybody's on the sideline, not knowing what to do precisely. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.